just got on YouTube. This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review a 2024 album by Big Boogie of CMG. Basically, this project is called Ether, and it came out in the fall of 2024. So the fair about this particular project here is Big Boogie had been on the rise throughout Instagram and social media, seeing pitches like that within those fairs. He was a signee of Gotti's label as far as this fair is going to happen, the CMG label as far as this pitch is going to happen. Now, he had dropped some labels within pitches behind it. This particular cat does not have a wiki page, so that fairs within pitch. I think more or less he definitely had some popular kind of TikTok songs, pitches like that, some type ordeals, Instagram type fairs, some type products within it. It's kind of the fair. It's kind of fair as saying there's not actually a ton of information about this particular album as far as these first have. It is released on Spotify, but within the pitches, it doesn't really have an article about it on Rate Your Music, some of those type fairs. So it's kind of, this is the sort of stuff as trap music started to get back in the trenches in 2024. This is more or less kind of the aspect of how those particular products kind of happen now. I would say that Big Boogie is more or less of newer school type fashions, a little bit older than Pop Smoke, but kind of within the pitch. About the same age as Tekashi 6ix9ine as far as those pairs can happen. So it's within the pitch as far as saying he's been around since at least the early 2020s within these pitches is kind of the format as far as saying. But the thing about trap was the factoid behind it wasn't so much wounded full bound in like 2024, 2025 pitches like that, but it's just kind of the ordeals that the booming typeness for the most part. I think for the main variety behind it, the main ordeal that rap was kind of talking about in 2024 was kind of the pitch that a lot of folks had said that rap just wasn't getting the number ones, the number twos, the number fives in 2023, 2024, 2025. So it's pitches like that as far as saying, particularly the main thing about 2024, obviously I think you would probably say within those senses is the Drake versus Kendrick beef and pitches like that as far as what's first going to happen. But within the pitch, there were some albums that kind of happened, but a lot of it just got kind of cast to the wayside because of those particular fairs. But I look after it, just be honest with you, this is kind of a quieter era for some of these types of things when thinking about the particular product. And thinking about the particular product, the things that were kind of within the goings on throughout the second half of 2024, pitches like that, but it's kind of within the ordeal. This is still pretty mellow within the aspect. TikTok has some large enough songs in between, like the product of it possibly getting canceled, some of those type fairs within it. But it's just the pitch as far as saying some of these type moments were definitely banging some good type fairs. So this is a classic album here, just to be able to say within those pitches. Now I recognize that within the concept. I realize for folks that do not commonplace enjoy like the Instagram, TikTok, kind of social media, Snapchat type fair pitches like that within the more internet meme and things like that kind of variety. There were a couple songs off this album that had some internet meme sensations about within these pitches. This is pretty much like a factory kind of 2010. It's pretty much like a factory kind of 2010s and 2020s trap project as far as this first going to happen. Definitely excellent within those pitches to get that further going just within the fair. I'm definitely glad to have found this particular variety just in the pitch as far as saying within the fairs behind it. It seemed like trap was kind of in like not so much the dying stages but kind of getting melded out. But apparently, at least as of October 2024, that's not the case. Now I realize within certain senses there have been some folks like Future dropped an album around that particular time in the fall of 2024. He was the progenitor of trap music, and then you had like Lil Baby who dropped in early 2025, so it's pitches like that. Drake dropped an album in early 2025, so some pitches kind of more or less in the fair. Even if I haven't paid as much full bound attention to like 2024, 2025 type stuff, I want to say for the most part, there's one other project I reviewed in 2024 that's not the Eminem 2024 album, but within the pitch, you're probably not going to see that for a decent while before those pitches kind of happen. Let's say this is either my third or fourth project in 2024 that I reviewed, but definitely in terms of trap music, this is probably the first one I'd have to say within those pitches. So it's just the format. This is the format as far as saying this is another classic, but it's just kind of the ordeal that is just more to the wayside. I mean, I would definitely say it has the popularity in terms of like the TikTok and Instagram memes, pitches like that, but in terms of other ordeals where it would have like the casual kind of dynamite, I mean, it's important to pay attention to albums like this within these fairs so it becomes more than just like a one-hit wonder within some of those fairs to keep like the genre obviously within the aspects of being around within these pitches, but it's just kind of fair as far as saying I do recognize the concept that the memes and kind of the sensation do have their purpose because folks do in certain senses kind of seek the rest of these out. It's just kind of pitch. There are at least a couple gems on here like that. So within the pitch behind it, most popular song off this album, according to Spotify, which has over 55 million plays on there, is the song Bop, which also has Glorilla on there, who was pretty thriving around that time in 2024, 2020, around those times in 2024, 2025 pitches like that. So Bop is like a vintage 2010s and 2020s trap in like a fresh and snarling kind of bite, I'd say, within the aspects of it here. Just usual night kind of gentleman noise as far as those pitches kind of happen. It just feels like Yo Gotti was rapping to this back in 2011, 2013. Some of those type pitches, just typical type format, just very refreshing within those aspects as far as the tone's going to happen with getting back to those particular vibes of just mixtape trap and album trap within the pitches of just like the whole 2010s decade and a good portion of 2020. So excellent type pitches, just an excellent re-up with that as far as the styles can have. So definitely welcome to have within those formats to be able to get towards that fair, just in keeping that going within some type pitches, because it's kind of a more melded stage, but it's definitely excellent to get those fairs. Glow Roll is pretty dope on this song as well. And then the second most popular song off this album in terms of like the TikTok appeal, so those type pitches also Boppin'. Bop and Choppa, Cock It, Pop It are two type ones that had some TikTok type appeal and Instagram type appeal pitches like that. But Choppa, Cock It, Pop It's like a throwback kind of ringtone gem I'd have to say here. Shreds pretty well, I'd have to say, within the aspects behind it. Definitely get loud, hella smoke, I'd say about this song and within those pitches. Dance song easily and some torque as far as those pitches can happen. So just in the pitch. Nowadays type folks probably don't know as much about Pop Block and Drop It by Huey as far as those pitches can happen. Even more so to say whether or not they realize that he's deceased, but it's kind of the pitch as far as saying he died back in like the early pandemic years, pitches like that. It's kind of the fair, definite RIP to him within those pitches. But just be honest, within the aspects behind it, it's just kind of the fair. Back in those days, that was kind of a more one-hit wonder type album. It did have some other type singles that just didn't chart as heavily, but I do recommend checking that out. I did review that back in the summer of 2023, so you can find that Huey album, Notebook Paper. But this particular song, Choppa, Cock It, Pop, is like a throwback to that within those pitches. Just an excellent revisit, just kind of a more strip club type noise and pitches like that. Just a good, excellent aspect to get venues banging, get some TikTok commotions kind of going, and some new school kind of rips going within those aspects as far as some tear up within those songs. So just consistent kind of twinkling beat that really has the banging type of feel, excellent aspects for that. And some other ones on here like Sex, Drugs, Money is the quality ones, like an Instagram and Plush kind of serenade to kind of get within these aspects. Just kind of a pop rap glam, let's say here, dope 2010s trap down timing as far as those pitches can happen. Those type of songs that Lil Baby, Lil Durk would do within pitches like that. It's kind of a more just sing-songy type one within the aspects behind it. It's obviously more pop trap pitches like that, but it's just a good type of ordeal to kind of have for starlets nearby within the pitch that are into trap music but just want something more softcore within those pitches. So just simple type format for that. Pool Party's a nice one as well. This is kind of a roundabout type one. Definitely like the appeal behind this particular song. It's different from most of the tone of this album, but Pool Party's like a roundabout and exotic kind of hotel and lobby frog kind of within the aspects here. Just crazy, but in a retained kind of areas. This is a crazy type one, but it's in more retained type areas. So I would say within the pitch, it's kind of more privatized within the aspect, not so much full bound kind of typical pool party type music within the aspect of this live where it's going to be blasting up the street where folks are going to know from like several miles away, pitches like that. But this kind of aspect as far as saying within the particular, this kind of has more kind of encompassed kind of exclusive type fare within the pitch behind it, but it is a lit type one. Water is a quality one on here. It's like an in-between kind of sleeker moments that I'd say in like venue commerce pitches like that, just in the aspect behind it. Just some white noise, kind of loud peck, I would definitely say, just for some softer mingles. So kind of within the pitch, a little bit more turned up than Sex, Drugs, Money, but kind of within the pitch as far as saying just some in-between type noise. It's kind of not a full-bound kind of torque song, but definitely some decent commotion. It's kind of a mid-tempo type weave as far as this pitch can happen. Just kind of a sleeker, just kind of venue booth type music in the aspect, just like to embellish and kind of mingle within the aspects as far as like the composition and just more sedate type tones within the aspect of just having the drink in your system, so as that fares, and just getting comfy and cozy as far as this pitch can have. So good within the aspects behind it. Tender is the quality one. It's like a throwback kind of 2000s DJ drama tape soul to kind of get within the aspects of it, just in a new era, kind of 2020s bleed, I'd say, within the pitch. So just definitely something out of 2005, 2006, those particular eras, Trap or Die, Dedication, so that fares more within the aspect of just ripped out of 2023, 2024 pitches like that. So good type. Excellent type revisit and aspect there. Smoke a nice one definitely to this, I'd say, within these tones behind it. Get hell torch pitches like that. Good song to muse to, I'd say, within Sunset Fairs is kind of the contemplate of it, but also a gab touch song within the pitch of this. Having some socialized, not so much isolated within the product, but having some folks nearby kind of within the product of this gab, but this within the fair, just in and out kind of smoke type fashions, just with the socializing kind of having like a good smoke company as far as this fair is going to go. Good type fairs for that. I'm Her Wizard is a nice one. It's like a feeling tripped out kind of Future and Lil Baby like vibes about this particular song as far as this fair is going to have just a morose kind of pull aside, I'd say, within the pitch behind it, just a dab type song within the pitch. So definitely the product, socialized within the fashion, kind of one of those similar type ones like Water within these pitches, but just a little bit more trippy within the aspect as far as this fair is going to have, just brooding kind of within the tone, just typical. This is actually one of the darker songs on this particular product as far as these fairs going to have. For the most part, this is not a terribly kind of shredded out of your mind type product within the aspect of full bound shit face, some type aspects within the tone. I would definitely say it's some good type composition for some of those type pairs, so like dab and pitches like that. As far as what's aspects kind of happen, just in like a more brooding type sense and a head trip type moment. Some of those type pairs with pitch, so good type product to that. Make That Ass Bounce is a nice one on here. It's like a hella dope kind of OG 2010s mixtape snaps gonna get within these products. Just get tore up obviously to this one. I'd say this is pretty good, nice one for those particular fashions. It's more vicious, it's routine, kind of crazy, wilding as far as what's gonna happen. So songs like Make That Ass Bounce and Go Mama are just particular vicious type ones in the aspect of just routine kind of bangers that Yo Gotti, Meek Mill, some of these type folks, Waka Flocka would crank out just on the regular, just factor one after the other, pitches like that. Excellent product that, Big Boogie being a disciple of that particular product has some excellent iconics to be able to have those particular pairs to just continue those streaks as far as being able to get to that particular noise as far as when you think of songs by Future like Tony Montana and Same Damn Time songs I pitched within those pairs and typical classics from Yo Gotti ripped out of like 2011, 2013 songs that pairs is excellent with the pitch. Really takes it back to like the I Am album by Yo Gotti from 2013, Live from the Kitchen songs that pairs from the aspects. So definitely excellent type fair to be able to get those products. It's easy. 2010s mixtape stands excellent type ordeal. Same thing with Go Mama. I'd say I want to say I haven't talked about this one, but it's excellent with the pitch. Go Mom is like a vintage kind of strip club and heavy late shift banging. You kind of get within the aspects of it here. Just mixtape regular, I'd say within the pitch behind it. Just local snack runs, so type fair as far as those pitches kind of happen. So also within a relative 36 Mafia type fair, just picking up some goodies, pitches like that, getting those snack cakes on those particular aspects within tone, getting like Doritos, pitches like that within some type aspect for just something to have for like a good grub to have with like within some smoke type fashions, just a product of Tibble type noise. Now within the product behind it, a lot of this particular album has the fair just being elaborate kind of strip club type noise, pitches like that within the fairs where there's going to be consistent kind of BZ product within the fair. So this is not as much for Dolo type products kind of within the pitch as far as saying that there are. This is more of a social type album more so than just a Dolo kind of smoke and just kind of more isolated kind of ruminations pitches like that. But it is also the fair to kind of have some of these snack run type songs in the pitch as far as those products can have. So just the pitch as far as saying when it says Go Mama, despite me saying that this is a snack run type song, has the pitch as far as saying it's just kind of product that having that interspersed like the product like the social night. So it kind of has those ordeals. Shake That Ass is a nice one, also known as SDA within these pitches. It's like a snaring and apt kind of ride out and feeling wired, I'd say within the pitch behind it. Just a mixtape heat, I'd say within the product. Definite, excellent Demon Time Embrace, I'd have to say here, and just an overall slammer. So Shake That Ass is definitely within the product. I like some ride out type energy, just feeling revved. Just feeling revved, energized, and excited within those pitches as far as those products can have. And definitely exhilarating type tones to be able to get towards the product. Has some Popeyes, some whips, some pitches like that. It's kind of fair just getting crunk within the aspects to get ready for some tear up. Back shot's a nice one as well, also known as BS on here as far as these pitches can happen. It's like a gassed up kind of dope routine, stunt glamour to kind of get within the aspects of it here. Just some vehicle push pizzazz, I'd say, within the pitch behind it. Feeling ice cold and flashy as far as this pitch can have. So definitely within probably those Tibble type ones. Not so much the full-blown kind of sparkiness like Travis Scott pitches like that, but definitely within those products like those minty type ones that you would get within the pizzazz, like some stunt out type noise, just definite kind of hell vehicle pizzazz pitches like that, just pull up type music within the tone behind it as far as what's going to happen. Now definitely within the product, also just kind of entrance type music just within the fair as far as like the product of this. Definitely some kind of set it off type noise within the pitch as far as what's going to happen, but just the particular pizzazz like the night glamour, just kind of more kind of initial gab pitches like that, the socializing and fraternizing pitch it. The initial kind of fraternizing memes pitches like that as far as what's supposed to happen. Excellent with them pitch, just some backyard type noise and just overall products like the particular commotions about it, good type socialness. Stuffer, I think this last one I haven't talked about on here is Stuffer as far as what's supposed to happen. Definitely excellent with them pitch as far as saying Stuffer's like a glittery kind of night shift commute to kind of get within the aspects here. Just hella knock, but also haunting kind of local strolls, I'd say, within those pitches. Definitely nice grab some goods as far as what's supposed to happen. So definite further demon time type embrace within those products as far as those fairs going to happen. So definite further demon time type embrace as far as those fairs going to happen. Excellent within the pitch of this local type struts and jaunts as far as those fairs going to happen. So it's just within the pitch as far as saying this particular type fair kind of within the pitch. Now these particular products once again have the night shift type product within the fair of just nearby bells pitches like that within the product of this having that particular sparkiness within the tone as far as some socialized pitches like that. But it's just kind of the product as far as saying also the product of picking up some goods, getting some of those type fairs within the aspect of just like a lighter or two, something like that. Just the aspect of this the prep for the night as far as those pitch can happen just within the fair, just more out in the wind like the night shift type sparkle and snag of it, snag and scraggliness of it as far as those pitch can happen, or just more crisper and or just the crisper weather type tone within those pitches, just some good brush. So I look after within the tones, so just being able to say sounds an easy 10 out of 10. Just some loud pack as like a revisit to 2010's mixtape type style, as supposing that like within the supposedness that that particular style is starting to dry out. So it's within the pitch as far as supporting these particular type folks, getting them back within the product as far as saying it's kind of within the fair. There are some solid TikTok, there are some excellent type TikTok type songs within pitch, like some meme type moments within these fairs. A 10 score. The social score, I'll go ahead. I don't know if I give it, I'm trying to think if I'm going to give it a 10. I mean, the quality of it on here is definitely a 10 out of 10, but it might be more of like a 9.75 within those pitches. But then I'd probably say just the sensation, like this internet type of people, I feel like within the Instagram, social media type sense, this is pretty thriving within the pitch. I think I'd go ahead and say a 9.75 within pitch as far as saying just the product as far as opponents, and just because it didn't have like the usual kind of billboard type chart appeal pitches like that. It's not to say it's bad, it's just within pitch. It's questioning the full boundness of folks being able to find it some of those type fairs. But definitely has the product over here. A lot of strip club type noise pitches like that, just some sleek kind of neon type noise. Some of those type fairs, gentlemen's clubs pitches like that. Just after hours, like some exotic dance clubs, some hotel parties pitches like that. Excellent kind of demon time embrace some of those type moments. Has a DJ drama soul type song on here, pitches like that. Has some excellent kind of snack run type songs, getting some goodies. Some of those type fairs, some smoke type product on here. Some of those type pitches, and just standard routine kind of 2010s trap and 2020s trap within those pitches, like some ride outs and just the overall snarl type energy that Yo Gotti and folks like that, Meek Mill, were famous for pitches like that. So it's just the ordeal. Definitely nails this quality. So 9.75 social. So in terms of future, like I'm not as full, but I'm sure what Big Boogie's been up to past like this particular album in late 2024 was within pitch. I feel like he's probably still in the spotlight. I noticed on his Rate Your Music that he did at least drop a single, something like that. And say within the relative popularity, I would have to probably suppose there definitely ought to be more in the pipeline pitches like that. There'll be some excellent type products to get more of these as far as these first albums. I'm gonna have to catch up with Big Boogie more as far as this first album, but this is an excellent classic here within these products as far as these pitches having this dynamite continuation of like 2010s trap pitches like that and 2020s trap. Some of this type first really has some banging type heat and a lot of good night shifts assets.